a lot of things that I teach actually come to me. They come up from a higher source. They come down to me. They get kind of transmitted down. Suzanne will tell you every week I have new profound discoveries, right?
That's right.
And I see it in my mind, and I already see it manifest in reality. Everything in life stems from imagination. Trouble is, most people have negative imagination versus positive imagination. Everything we're wearing, everything that we see around us started in someone's mind before it became reality. So the thing is, you need to see it in your mind. Now, we talked about what is wealthier. Now, the next question we want to ask everybody.
What's standing in the way of your wealth?
Right.
What's standing in the way?
Let's just be open because we all have a chance to learn. What is holding you back right now? What's standing in the way of you being wealthy?
Not enough money.
Not enough money. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you. Next one.
Limited ideas that I give power to.
Limited ideas.
Yeah.
Or maybe an idea that you have that you don't follow through with. Because how many of us have an idea and then we think about doing it, or we might start it, then all of a sudden we lose our motivation. And how many of us have unfinished projects? Raise your hands if you have unfinished. Okay, there you go. Okay, yeah, there you go. Okay, so what are some other things standing in the way of you being wealthy right now?
It sounds kind of skewed, but the idea that in order for me to have it all, someone else has to do without it.
Okay, so there's guilt.
Yeah.
There is guilt that's standing in the way, actually. Was that something that might have been given to you when you were quite young, with your parents? Was there a time when you had something and other people didn't, and you felt bad that you had
proof,
something?
No, just proof throughout my life. Every time I get what I want,
Something bad happens.
Somebody else suffers.
Okay. Interesting. Yes.
Well, there's a belief in scarcity, that there's not enough.
Yes.
And
Oh,
more
good.
is better.
You know, it's a common thing. You know, what I was just saying, that everyone in this room can be a millionaire, and pretty soon people will come back with, everyone can't be a millionaire. Well, the fact of the matter is, you know, way back when, let's say 50, 60 years ago, it took a whole lot of land to plant enough carrots. And then all of a sudden technology increased our ability to grow carrots a lot easier. And it didn't take so much land. And so pretty soon we had more land to do other things with. It didn't all have to be farmland. You know, this is an example of how technology, how the future, how things that come about create more of what we need. Therefore, scarcity goes away. So it's only a limiting idea that you can't get what you want, and that there's not enough to go around.
And the excuse, well, other people are doing it, there's too many people doing it, why should I even try? Let's face it, right now there are more millionaires on our planet than ever before. $1 million doesn't really mean much anymore if someone's a millionaire. But
Well,
yeah,
I
how
don't know.
many?
It'd mean a lot to everybody here.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, you know, look how many people are billionaires right now. So the fact is, we can be creative. What's one man's trash is someone else's treasure. We see that all the time. If you can come up with a creative idea and then you can turn it into reality, that's the fun of it, because it's unlimited opportunities. If you're not making as much money as you want where you're at right now, maybe you should find some place better that's going to bring you more income. Higher end vehicles, selling Rolls Royces and Jaguars and things. There are people that start in real estate selling a few $100,000 homes, and now they're selling multi-million-dollar homes. So it's just a product. But the percentage of commission is greater when you're dealing with higher end projects or products. But some of us have a fear of change, a fear of leaving something, because we get caught up in this little mode of security. Only 6% of the people that work really like what they're doing. That's a bummer. 6% of the people enjoy their work. I'm one of those 6%. You know, but I've enjoyed everything that I do, even when I was in the record business as a marketing director. But when the record business started going down, I was creating my institute, and I went right into this. And I didn't have any security. But because I didn't have any security, I didn't have any limited success. I had opportunities to manifest tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we've been working on the money mantra, which we're going to teach you today. This is a technique that we haven't taught too many people it. It's one of our, things that we have formulated, scientifically validated. We've protected the mantra legally, but we want to teach it to you because it's about time that you can attract and magnetically draw in the things that we've been seeing happening to us. We created the mantra. It was passed down to me, this message, and then Suzanne and I started doing it. We were testing it in low brainwave frequency states, and mentioned some of the things that started occurring just when we were doing this.
It was instantaneous. When we started doing the money mantra, the phone started ringing. We instantly started booking students that we had no knowledge of at all. Came home in the mailbox the next day, a check that we weren't expecting. It was bizarre. Absolutely bizarre how this works. Now, you can get real metaphysical with this stuff, and Tom has mentioned some metaphysical things tonight, but I think that there's even a simpler explanation, and he'll even show you scientifically why this is going on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that metaphysical things don't happen, because I truly believe they do. However, I think that you can look at this from a scientific standpoint, and that is, when we're walking around and we're worried about security, and we're scared, and we're trying so hard, we're putting out negativity. And as human beings, however it works, we recognize that in each other, and we don't like to be around it. And when you are representing yourself as secure, or feeling good, or feeling happy, or whatever, you just feel at peace. When you represent yourself that way, and you're not worrying about this, all of a sudden these positive things come your way because that's what you're giving out. Law of attraction, that's a real popular term these days. I think that's what the law of attraction is all about. It's not just thinking about what you want to get, because sometimes just thinking about it can cause anxiety. It's actually finding a peace and a desire, and once again, the passion to get there.
I love that. You really said that very profoundly and,
Well, thank
and
you.
accurately, yes. And